I saw the tears you hid. I saw the late-night shaking of your breath when you turned the phone face down so the light wouldn't betray the storm in your chest. I heard the prayer you couldn't finish because the words dissolved before they reached your lips. I was there in the quiet, in the ache you refused to name in front of anyone else. I am here now, not by accident, not by algorithm, but by intention. This is your final warning. Do not scroll past this moment. It will not wait for you again. Do not treat this like every other glance, every other clip, every other escape. Your help is already moving toward you. It has been released. It is closer than you think. Your response in this very hour will decide if it settles with you or slips past you to the next door that will honor it. This is not fear speaking. This is truth. This is protection. I am interrupting you because distraction is how people walk past their own answer. Numbness is how hearts ignore the knock they asked me to send. Overthinking is how timing is strangled. Delay is how blessings thin out until they feel like they were never there. I will not let you lose what I have set in motion. Stay with me. Breathe and be present. Do not overanalyze this. Do not bargain for another sign while ignoring the one I placed in your hands. I am not here to manipulate you. I am here to guard you from missing what you prayed for, to pull you back into alignment so you can receive it fully. Obedience begins with attention. Attention starts with staying. If you hear me, if you choose not to run, type yes now. Say it as agreement. Say it as alignment. Say it so your own heart stops pretending it didn't ask for this. I saw the weight behind your "I'm fine." I saw the way your jaw tightened when you laughed in public and then loosened into silence when the door closed. I saw the nights you stayed awake, counting the cracks in the ceiling, scrolling to distract yourself from the ache that kept rising. I saw the heaviness that met you when you finally lay down, the breath you held so you wouldn't cry too loud, the text you deleted because you didn't want to burden anyone else. I did not turn away. I did not treat you like a passing moment. I gathered every sigh, every tear, every unfinished sentence. Hear me. You did not cry because you are weak. You cried because you have been carrying too much alone for too long. Tears are not a verdict of failure. They are evidence that the burden exceeded human strength, and your heart refused to harden under it. Your tears were the release valve I gave your soul, so you would not explode in private and pretend in public. I have not ignored you. I have been watching, counting, and guarding what you could not see. I placed limits around what could touch you. I shielded you from things you didn't even know were moving against you. You have asked in the quiet, what if I miss what God is trying to do? What if I'm too late? Listen closely. You are not too late. The help is not random, and it is not vague. I sent it with your name, in time with your steps, and it will meet you at obedience, not at panic. The confirmation you've been seeking will not shout over the noise. It will align when you move in the direction I have already whispered. Do not confuse comfort with guidance. Do not mistake delay for wisdom. Your agreement unlocks clarity, and your first step will magnetize the next. Say, I trust you. Type 222 as your yes if you must anchor it in action. Stay close, stay attentive. The door is set before you, and when you move, you will see how precisely I have prepared the path. Listen to me now. The help is already sent. It is not forming, it is functioning. It is active around you even as you listen. But you must remain aligned with me if you want it to stay. You cannot separate the blessing from the source. Connection maintains the miracle. When you stay close to me, it grows stronger and clearer. When you drift into noise and numbing patterns, it becomes harder to recognize and easier to rationalize away as coincidence. The door is open. The answer is here. The shift has already begun. This is where so many walk past their own door, not through rebellion, but through small, polite delays. Later, tomorrow, when I feel ready, after I get one more confirmation. Hesitation is one of the ways people lose what was already prepared. Not because you are not worthy, but because you have been disconnected, drained, dulled by the constant scroll and the quiet agreements you make with distraction. Your miracle is not fragile, but your grip on it can be affected by what you continually feed your attention. Do not confuse comfort with guidance. My help is not always loud or instantly cozy. Often it looks like an uncomfortable conversation you have avoided, a boundary that will disappoint someone who benefits from your lack of one, a new routine that breaks the rhythm of your coping, an unexpected open door that scares your fear because it requires you to outgrow it, a quiet instruction that contradicts your anxiety's logic. These are not detours, these are deliveries. I am telling you clearly, you are standing at a turning point where obedience will secure your miracle and distraction will quietly take it from your hands. Do not delay, do not overthink, do not talk yourself out of the step you already know. Awareness will protect you from choices that slowly take you away from me. Guard your time, your energy, and your attention more carefully. Align with me now. Say yes out loud. Type 333 if you must anchor it, and then move your feet to match your agreement. This is your turning point. Hear me with your whole attention. You are not waiting on me. I am waiting on your obedience to what you already know. The fork is clear. Obedience or distraction, faith or fear, discipline or drift. Do not pretend it is complicated. Small choices decide spiritual outcomes. The next 10 minutes of your focus, the next conversation you choose to have or avoid, the boundary you draw or blur, these are not minor, they are doors. They either secure what I have sent or let it leak through the cracks of your delay. When I say final warning, I am not threatening you. I am protecting you from the quiet erosion that postponement brings. Moments have windows. Opportunities breathe. If you treat this as ordinary, the timing will thin, and what is easy to grasp now will demand a greater fight later. Not because I want to make it harder, but because time and attention are the containers that carry what I place in your hands. This is not fear speaking. This is truth wrapped in mercy. Stop offering me rationalizations dressed as wisdom. Overanalyzing is not stewardship when it paralyzes movement. Waiting for a sign while ignoring the sign in front of you is not discernment. It is avoidance. Seeking approval from people who benefit from your stagnation is not counsel. It is compromise. Do not outsource your hearing to those who are comfortable with you staying small because your growth would expose their excuses. What you do in this hour will decide if the blessing stays near or becomes harder to hold. Immediate obedience will lock in alignment and invite provision to meet you on the path. Hesitation will blur clarity, invite confusion, and make you question what you already know. I said, choose now, move now, speak the yes you owe this moment and match it with motion. If you hear me, type 777 as your public agreement to immediate obedience and unwavering attention. Then take the step you already know. Make the call, set the boundary, start the routine, end the loop. Obedience secures it. Hesitation lets it slip away. Choose life. Choose now. Now, hear how my help is arriving. 3 streams flowing toward you at once. Direction, protection, and provision. Do not complicate what I have made clear. Direction will come as a simple instruction that requires courage, not comfort. One call you must make, one application you must submit, one conversation you must have, one decisive exit from the fog that has kept you looping. The step is not dramatic, it is deliberate. It may feel small, but it will interrupt a large pattern. Take it without negotiating with fear. Guidance will often contradict panic. Peace comes after the hard yes, not before it. If you are waiting to feel euphoric before you obey, you are waiting to be entertained. not led. Move with the quiet knowing, not the loud anxiety. Say yes, and then do the one specific thing I have already highlighted. My protection is arriving as closed doors, exposed motives, and interrupted shortcuts. When I cut a conversation mid-flow, when I peel back the smile to reveal the agenda, when I block the quick path that would cost you later, do not call it rejection. This is not loss. This is protection. I am not punishing you. I am preventing you from paying compound interest on compromise. Some numbers will go unanswered. Some invitations will feel heavy. Some histories will try to guilt you back into smallness. Do not reopen what I have sealed. Do not chase what I removed because your nostalgia feels holy. Let the no be your shelter. Provision is arriving through unusual channels and orderly structure. Expect resources, timing, and support that meet you on the path, not in the bed of hesitation. It may not rush in as a sudden wave of emotion. It may appear as a schedule that frees your focus, a budget that multiplies what you already have, a mentor you did not expect, a community that makes endurance normal. Favor follows alignment, not anxiety. As you obey, provision will appear in sequence. The right email after the application, the open slot after the boundary, the ride after the decision to leave. You are chosen, protected, and favored, but favor requires alignment to remain visible. If you receive this, anchor it now. Agree with direction, accept protection, expect provision, and match them with movement tonight. Do not carry new favor into old cycles. Hear me. The blessing I have placed in motion cannot survive in the same environment that once drained you. Old cycles are not neutral. They are thieves of focus, slow leaks in your capacity, quiet saboteurs of what you asked me to place in your hands. You cannot ask me for new help while clinging to old habits that cancel it. Alignment is access. Distraction is decay. If you want it to remain, you must refuse the rooms where it cannot breathe. Name the patterns, the late-night spirals that begin with just 5 minutes and end with a numb hour. Doom scrolling until your hope is thin. Secret coping rituals you run to when you feel unseen. Hiding in snacks, shows, shopping carts, hidden tabs, to soothe what only obedience can settle. Returning to people who reopen wounds, and then asking me to heal what you keep re-injuring. Rehearsing worst-case scenarios like a script you're auditioning for. Replaying arguments to justify staying offended. These loops are not comfort, they are corrosion. They shrink your attention until my guidance feels faint. Awareness will protect you. Discipline will keep you. So I am distancing certain connections. I am ending certain access. I am cutting certain comforts that have been caging you. This is not punishment. It is preservation, not loss, but protection. When a familiar door closes, do not pry it open with nostalgia. When a number goes silent, do not chase it with apologies you don't owe. When the shortcut disappears, receive it as a shield, not a slight. I am making room. Holy discomfort is the stretch of growth. Uncertainty is the feeling of new capacity forming. Let the ache remind you that you are expanding, not breaking. Tonight, release what drains. Decide one pattern and one relationship dynamic you will not carry forward. Uninstall what keeps you spiraling. Set the boundary you have postponed. Move your phone out of reach after midnight. Decline the conversation that always ends in regret. If you are in agreement, type 333 now and say it out loud. I release what cancels my help. Then match your words with action. Separation is how you protect what I have sent. Listen to me. Discipline is protection. The help I have sent is not maintained by excitement. It is maintained by discipline and connection. Hype fades. Alignment holds. If you want what I placed in your hands to grow instead of dim, You must treat your habits as the walls that guard the gift. This is not fear speaking. This is truth designed to keep you from losing what you ask me to trust you with. Guard your time, your energy, and your attention, because what you feed grows. Time is your altar. If you scatter it, you weaken what I am building. Energy is your oil. If you leak it through arguments, endless scrolling, or rescuing what I told you to release, you dim your own lamp. Attention is your steering. If you let every ping drive, you will drift off the road I drew. Govern these three, and you will feel my help become weightier, steadier, harder for distraction to steal. Your emotions are real, but they are not your guide. Feel them honestly. Do not let them pilot. Peace comes from alignment with me, not from constant certainty about every outcome. You will not always feel ready. You will often feel stretched. That is not confusion. That is growth. Let your soul learn this rhythm. Notice the feeling. Return to the instruction. Move with me anyway. Build simple anchors that make obedience easy and drifting hard. Set a daily prayer window, same time, same chair, before any screen. Open the Word and sit in quiet. You do not need a verse count, you need connection. Journal the instruction you already sensed and the one step you will take today. Review it at night. Reduce late-night noise. Phone out of reach. No new content after your set hour. A wind-down routine that turns your attention back to me. Create boundaries around conversations that always pull you into old loops. If it steals clarity, it does not get your midnight. Choose consistency over intensity. 5 faithful minutes every morning will do more for your future than 2 frantic hours once a month. Small, repeated steps stack into a protective wall around what I am building. Keep showing up when nobody is watching. Keep choosing alignment when nobody is clapping. This is how you keep my help from fading after it arrives. If you agree, say it now. I choose discipline as protection. Type 888 to anchor your yes, then schedule your prayer window, set your boundary, and write the step you will take before you sleep. Consistency is what protects your miracle. I see what happens after midnight when the house is quiet and your strength is thin. Night magnifies what daylight manages. Fatigue lowers your discernment, and shadows stretch small memories into giants. Regrets replay. Conversations you wish you handled differently echo line by line. Loss feels louder. Isolation frames itself as truth. This is not because you are failing. It is because the hour is designed to test your guard. The enemy's favorite tactic then is accusation and repetition. You said too much. You didn't do enough. You always mess this up. Look who left. Look what you lost. He loops it until you believe the loop is you. Hear me. This is not fear speaking. This is truth, and it will set you free if you obey. When the night tries to own your mind, interrupt the loop with commanded practice. Do not wrestle your thoughts lying down. Sit up. Put your feet on the floor. Turn on a small light. Breathe in slowly and exhale longer, 3 times. Speak truth aloud. Your own ears must hear your agreement with me. I am not alone. I am guarded. I will not rehearse regret. I return to the instruction, then pray short and direct. Jesus, rule my mind. Cut the replay. Anchor me in your peace. Next, cut the input that fuels despair. Phone out of reach. No new content. No midnight threads. No scrolling graves of old messages. No fishing for reassurance from people who trained you to beg for crumbs. My voice brings peace. Their feed brings panic. Choose me. And your tears, do not shame them. Sometimes they are release before relief. The pressure breaking, not you. Let them fall, then let the practice hold you. This is where discipline becomes your shield, so you do not bleed out in silence. Do not return to the same midnight cycle after receiving this warning. Your next night can be different if you obey now. Pre-decide your midnight response and set it in place before the sun goes down. If you agree, type 999 to seal it, then place your phone away, stage your chair and journal, and lay out the sentence you will speak when the first thought knocks. Tonight, you win the hour. Small confirmations will follow if you stay close enough to notice them. I am not hiding my help from you. I am training your attention to recognize it. It will look like quiet shifts, more than fireworks. A pressure in your chest loosening after you set the boundary I told you to set. A sentence you needed to hear showing up in two places, from two different mouths on the same day. An unexpected peace settling where panic has been loud for months. An email that lands the morning after you finally sent the application. A door that would not move suddenly opening after a hard obedience you avoided for weeks. These are not coincidences. This is me confirming gently but consistently that you are walking with me. What blocks confirmation? Cynicism that calls tenderness random. Constant testing that demands skywriting while ignoring the instruction I already gave. Numbing scrolls that blur your sight until clarity passes right in front of you and you label it probably nothing. Delaying obedience while asking for 10 more signs. Hear me, this is not fear speaking. This is truth. When you stay close to me, it grows clearer. When you drift, it becomes easier to misread what I have already made plain. Not because I am confusing you, but because distraction dulls your vision. So practice attentiveness. Write down the instruction I already whispered. Date it. Under it, leave space for what followed. Watch for the next right step, not the next perfect plan. When the same nudge returns 3 times, honor it. When peace interrupts your panic after you move in obedience, mark it as confirmation, not luck. When a timely word lands in your feed, in a conversation, or in your own journal with unusual weight, pause and agree out loud. Refuse to numb out when the moment is small. Small does not mean shallow. Small is often sacred. Guard your closeness. Keep your morning window with me. Review your notes at night. Stay out of the loops that steal your seeing. If you will stay aligned and pay attention to small confirmations this week, type 222 now and then prepare your page. Clear your hour and watch what follows obedience. Hear me gently and clearly. This is your final warning and it is mercy. I am not scaring you. I am saving you time. There is a window where your heart is soft, your mind is attentive, and your feet are ready to move. That window is open now. It will not stay open forever. Mercy has created urgency, so you do not waste another cycle asking for what is already within reach. Do not scroll past this moment. Do not promise me you will return later, while the grace to obey is here now. This is not fear speaking. This is truth wrapped in care. Understand the outcomes. Obedience now strengthens what I have sent. Clarity solidifies, timing aligns, and the help you cried for lands and takes root. Steps become simpler, peace holds, momentum builds. Delay, however polite, loosens your grip. Confusion returns like fog. Doors feel heavier than they are. Second-guessing multiplies, and the peace you tasted becomes harder to hold. Not because I am punishing you, but because attention is the container that carries my help, and distraction pokes holes in it. When you drift, what is simple becomes complicated. When you align, what feels impossible becomes ordinary. Do not disqualify yourself because you do not feel powerful. You do not need to feel strong. You need to be willing. I supply strength after the yes. Courage meets you in motion. Faith feels like a lean before it feels like a leap. Say yes with your mouth and prove it with your next step. I will meet you there. Beware the almost trap, almost prayed, almost started, Almost set the boundary, almost left the habit, almost is where many lose what was meant for them. Almost feels virtuous, but it is delay dressed in good intentions. It comforts you while it empties you. Break agreement with almost. Choose the help over the habit now. Make a decisive vow. I will not miss God's help because I refuse to change. Say it out loud. Type 1313 if you must anchor it, then match it with one immediate act. Send the message, set the limit, close the tab, move the phone, write the plan. This is mercy wearing the clothes of urgency. Choose life. Choose now. Now seal this with me. Agreement becomes reality when you pray, obey, and build the discipline that keeps my help in your hands. Pray out loud now and mean it. Jesus, I return. I repent for drifting, delaying, and numbing what you were whispering. I release the old cycles that cancel what you are sending. I break agreement with almost. I choose obedience over hesitation. Give me clarity that cuts through noise, a steady heart that refuses panic, and courage to take the next step tonight. I receive your direction, your protection, and your provision. I align my time, my energy, and my attention with you. Rule my mind after midnight. Guard my feed and my focus. Make me faithful in small things, consistent when nobody is watching, and quick to obey when you speak. I choose the help over the habit. I choose life. In your name, amen. Now act. Tonight, before you sleep, turn off one distracting input. Mute the app, unfollow the account, or put the phone across the room. Write the exact instruction you sensed from me and date it. Beneath it, write the one step you will take in the next hour. Send one message or set one boundary you have delayed. Confirm the appointment, submit the application, decline the invite that keeps you looping. Then set your morning alignment routine. Choose a time and a place. Name your practice. 5 minutes of prayer, 5 minutes in the Word, 2 lines in your journal, and secure it on your calendar. Prepare the chair, the page, and the pen tonight so your morning meets no debate. Hear my reassurance and hold it close. I am with you. I am guiding you, protecting you, and preparing you. Do not measure progress by feelings alone. Measure it by obedience, by attention, by the quiet confirmations that follow consistency. When the old pull rises, return to what you wrote. When fear argues, revisit your yes. When midnight knocks, practice what we placed in order. If you commit to 7 days of alignment and consistency, type 999 now as your public yes. Like and share this as agreement and as a seed for someone else's rescue. Say it with me once more and move. I choose the help over the habit. The door is open. The help is here, and you will not miss it if you stay aligned.